Imagine walking down a street in Palm Springs and suddenly hearing a soft voice call out, "Hello there, do you like art?" You turn around, and it's Udo Kier himself, the man with the unmistakable eyes and a voice that could be both velvet and steel. He was an actor who gave life to vampires, villains, dreamers, and broken souls for more than 5 decades. And now, that voice is gone. At 81, Udo Kier has passed away. But what he left behind is a story too wild, too beautiful, and too human to forget. Today, we're not just reading headlines. We're walking through the extraordinary journey of a man who lived his life like a piece of art. Udo Kier wasn't a household name for everyone, but for people who loved cinema, he was unforgettable. That face, those eyes, the way he could appear in a film for 5 minutes and still be the only thing you remembered. With more than 250 acting credits and collaborations with directors who shaped modern cinema, his roles ranged from surreal to terrifying to heartbreakingly gentle. But the real magic? He never tried to fit into Hollywood. He remained Udo Kier, unpredictable, fearless, and completely himself. So let's go back. How did this quiet boy from Germany end up becoming one of the most iconic character actors in the world? Udo Kier was born in Cologne during World War II, growing up in the ruins of a country rebuilding itself. Maybe that's why, later in life, he gravitated toward unusual characters, people on the margins, people chasing meaning. His big break came in the 1970s with 2 cult classics, Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula. Directed by Paul Morrissey and produced by Andy Warhol, these movies were strange, bold, and completely different from anything mainstream. They needed someone who could look innocent one second and terrifying the next. That was Udo. These films made him a star in European art cinema, but fame wasn't something he chased. He cared more about interesting people and interesting worlds. Udo's entry into American cinema began with a simple conversation at the Berlin Film Festival, leading to his casting in My Own Private Idaho, starring River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves. It was a moment that introduced Udo Kier to an entirely new audience. His seems like sparks, small but impossible to forget. That role opened the door to Hollywood, but again, Udo never walked in the usual direction, choosing the strange and artistic paths most actors avoid. Then came the partnership that truly defined his career, Lars von Trier, with Udo appearing in almost every one of von Trier's films for 3 decades. From Breaking the Waves to Melancholia and The House That Jack Built, this list alone could be a film school syllabus. Von Trier once said he didn't cast Udo for how he acted, but because of the unpredictable energy he brought into a room. Most actors spend their whole careers trying to be the lead, but Udo Kier didn't need to be. He became unforgettable even in the shadows. Udo didn't stop at films. He stepped into video games like Command & Conquer and Call of Duty, and music videos for Gwen Stefani and Madonna. He could be in a Palme d'Or, winning film one year, and a pop music video the next. That's the kind of freedom he lived with. But here's the part most people don't know. Udo Kier spent many years living in Palm Springs. He wasn't a distant celebrity. People say he would simply walk outside, smile warmly, and start a conversation with strangers. He invited strangers into his home, not for parties or fame, but to talk about art and film. Imagine that. You're on vacation, and suddenly you find yourself in Udo Kier's living room looking at paintings as he tells you stories about Andy Warhol or Lars von Trier. His longtime manager called him an incredible force and energy, and everyone who met him says the same thing. He made you feel like you were part of his world. He also had a partner, the artist Delbert McBride, and they shared a life surrounded by creativity and color. Even at over 80 years old, Udo Kier didn't slow down, appearing in Kleber Mendonça Filho's The Secret Agent, Brazil's official Oscar entry. He kept acting, kept creating, kept surprising people. And even now, after his passing, his work isn't finished. He has upcoming projects, including a role in the video game OD. Yes, even in death, Udo Kier still has more stories to share. That says everything about the kind of life he lived. So what is Udo Kier's legacy? It's not box office numbers, it's not awards, it's not even the long list of films. His legacy is his courage, his refusal to be normal, his ability to bring something strange and beautiful into everything he touched. He taught us that you don't have to be the main character to make an impact. You just have to be unforgettable. And he was. As the news spreads, people around the world are sharing memories, small moments, short encounters, quiet conversations, pieces of characters he played that stayed with him for years. Udo Kier didn't live like a celebrity. He lived like an artist, a man who saw the world differently and gave us a chance to see it through his eyes. So today, we remember him with gratitude. An actor with the soul of a painter. A performer who turned every role into a surprise. A human being who never lost his curiosity. Udo Kier may be gone, but the characters he brought to life will stay with cinema forever. Thank you for watching. If you want more stories like this, make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one.